Welcome back. For some reason, the stream crashed. I don't know what happened. Somewhere along the line, it just crashed on me. This is actually one of my largest builds. This is, quite frankly, my largest build ever. I'm going to have a massive reactor in here, a big spinning thing. Um, this is a combination of everything that I know. So generators all over the place with a generator reactor control system, some industrial stuff. Uh, but this is all of the processing that I've got. This builds, that's all biofuel. The fuel actually only runs for a brief window. Um, this is those are backup generators for a reason. They will literally burn through all of the fuel that they produce. I probably need to make about 9 of these farms to make this actually viable. But this is the entire area. Again, there's a sludge producer, some growth lamps, and just about everything we need to produce. The only reason why it's not is because it's full over here. This diamond chest is absolutely full of wheat, unfortunately, because that's the one thing I don't need. In fact, let's just get rid of some of it. It's like the problem, the real sad truth is that the wheat itself is it's somewhat useful. This wheat is super useful in the beginning stages, but it's kind of useless now. It's also, I mean, the reason I'm using the wheat in general instead of some other plant type, because as you probably noticed in Riven, there was other locations. Assuming you guys saw Riven, um, this particular location here is. Oh man, I hope I didn't lose the stream again. But there we go. Basic troubles are that this thing needs. Uh, okay, perfect. It is still working. That's good. Basically, this thing can produce more anything than anyone I know. But so the intention is to try and make sure we get these seeds in there because the seeds are thrown into an industrial squeezer over here. They're immediately put into this. That creates plant oil. But the reason why we have wheat is because it's the only item I can put in one item that creates two things. We create ethanol and we create seed oil. Now, seed oil is incredibly useful, but if you compress these two things together, you start making biodiesel. But yeah, anyway, this all just creates biodiesel, which in theory is all just for the backup generators. Sorry, I'm also communicating on Gish's thing here. But this is my crowning achievement here. I'm going to have basically each cardinal direction is going to be dedicated to one major thing or another. So this is going to be Thaumcraft and magical production stuff. That's industrial craft, and this is the energy storage capacity area. So, but like I said, but I have decided that this other ball here is going to be for production facilities. So everything that when you ask this thing to build something, this is, yeah, this is it. It's got a little while, he says. Okay, right now I just got to make sure I don't lose connection. Kind of watching my phone here. I'm sorry. People are actually saying shit. No, they were saying shit. So anyway, sorry, I was just kind of making sure that my streamer is working still. It is what it is. Blah, blah, blah. But each, like I said, each cardinal direction. This is my great achievement building. Yeah. So anyway, this is what I was trying to say on the other stream. I kind of Gish over here. He actually ends up building all of the really cool looking stuff for the most part, and I usually make it do something. I'm the engineer behind it. I make it work. I do this. This is my building here. This is the coolest building I have ever made, and planned to do a whole bunch. Obviously, you can kind of see it's all framework right now, but all of my stuff is really just designed to do something. So that was that. Then there was the cathedral. I'm going to showcase my favorite stuff. As I said, this is Tatooine. This is our single location where it became a testing environment to build whatever. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm the one that built all of these things that you see in front of us here. Very few people have ever actually built anything working or otherwise in this place that wasn't me. So like the tower here, this is from Thaumcraft, Automagi. This was an example of a crafting because my buddy Potshot, he actually is building a Castlevania world, which I'll take you to in a bit here. But he was asking about the church area and what have you, and I kind of showed him how Gothic architecture can work here in this. And over here, butterflies. No, over here is where you can see the beginnings of another reactor I'm building. This is the test facility of the reactor that was going to go in Shavad over there. I may pull all these down and re-put them up there eventually, but this is my experiment with reactor craft and rotary craft. These two have been together. This is what I do with it. So fun stuff there. And we haven't even begun building anything right now. I'm just going through checking some stuff up. I need to get back to my main reactor though, and get it started. So if you guys will give me 1 second here, I gotta log into my server and give me a cheat because I gotta. Oh, right. Because I gotta. Because I'm all by myself. Screen D R slash 2065 64 and one more of those. One of the problems that we've encountered, oh, and by the way, this is also a force field generator right here. It's going to be badass when I finally finish it. Super cool. I'll get to that in a bit. This actually was my farm. I did this whole thing here. I built that facility there. But as I said, nothing I've built ever looks all that amazing. I didn't actually start this building here. Someone else built it. He built the first layer of it. I built a second layer to it. This is a mob spawn killer that kills frogs, and it kills just some random other guys. So, and they sound hilarious when they die. So I can never laugh. I can never laugh hard enough. This one requires, like, I tried some automation in this. This was my early testing with automation, and sadly, it just did not. I mean, I can automate an awful lot going on, but as you can kind of tell, the system gets clogged up with nonsense crap. Some of it I want to keep, some of it I do not. If you ever need something like this, you can just come here and you can do what you kind of need to with it. And for the most part, it works. But this does produce some things that I need, gunpowder and just random stuff, slime balls in significant quantities, snowballs every once in a while. Who knows? So it's kind of cool that it produces what I need. You made a Pokemon. Okay. Um, but but yeah, I don't assume anybody's actually watching because let's face it, it's Minecraft. And right now I'm just doing a tour of the system. But the big crowning achievement for me will be the reactor. I built this thing. It's designed to do everything, and it does everything. The trouble is it runs out of fuel. I've found nothing that was 100% fuel efficient. By that I mean I can just turn it on, walk away, and never have to do anything with it. I've got some backup systems and wind-up systems and little things here and there. But the reactor here is the big one. This is the scariest one because it requires a constant power supply. It's good. It generally has what it needs. And it will always be relatively fuel efficient. Relatively. But it doesn't automatically make its own blocks or anything. It doesn't create its own anything. And there was no way to extend the supplies, which was the biggest, saddest part. The best I can do is use a rotary craft extractor to turn this into uranium. And then from uranium, it makes something else. Oh, hey, there's a bottom here. Anyway, but this is my major machine here. In the middle here is something from. It actually is kind of a broken thing because I haven't been able to get it to work, but my buddy has. So anyway, you kind of saw I cheated a little. I gave myself some yellowite to keep this reactor going. Because in theory, what's supposed to happen is underneath this reactor here, I've got this laser that's drilling into the core, and it's constant. It drills. It's fast. It does its job. It's efficient. It works. And there's actually a filter in here for yellow. Well, there was trying to get more yellowite, and it works a little, but it's kind of like the industrial craft. All of a sudden, you kind of feel like, oh, great, 12%.